Hello there. So let's just do a quick review of previous material. Think to yourself, what is the time matrix? Place in your mind where Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4 is. And think to yourself how you'll get rid of one Q3 item and one Q4 activity. Why is a focus on roles important? That's so you don't lose sight of what your goals are and get lost sorting gravel instead of working on the large important things. And in what ways are you personally going to transform your roles to more closely match the person and professional you want to be? And how, I'm just checking in and putting a bug in your ear about keeping to work on your calendars, your Google calendars. Those are coming up. So keep working on those. Keep scheduling the big things in first and then working in with the smaller things around those. Okay, today we're going to talk about a big one, and I think particularly germane with since we have gone online for this class is ruling our technology with corresponding without letting it rule you. So think of some examples of how technology has actually accelerated your productivity. And I would say this is mostly in the workplace. And on the flip side, in what ways might you be addicted to technology? Social media, games, those types of things. And how big of an impact are they having on your productivity? So we are going to be moving into step 4 of our choices, ruling your technology without letting it rule you. The paradigm for today is to rule your technology. The principle we're exploring is alignment, and that is bringing into proper relation to support or harmonize. The behaviors we're going to be looking at is the Google Calendar for that Q2 planning, and determine other ways technology can accelerate your productivity. This on each of your Google email accounts through Pima, if you click up in that area with the 9 dots, you will have an assortment of different Google products associated with that email account. The one we're going to be looking at is the calendar. And this is what the calendar is uh, filled out looks like. And we'll do some examples of how to do this if you're not familiar. But of course, you'd be scheduling in the big rocks as this person's done here: lunch, running, research, things that you can't avoid, and have their daily planning, the 10 minutes of daily planning scheduled in right there. And you can look at zoom in and zoom out of your planning from day all the way up to year, I believe now. I think this is a little bit older version of this. So you can look at your entire year. I spend most of my time in week and month, and I'd say the vast majority of it in the month setting. What you do is pick a time frame and that you need, click on it, and this screen will pop up and you can fill in the appropriate spots. The time that it's taking place, when it's taking place, if it's a repeating item, there's the time, 1 hour, who it's with, a short description. You can change the colors to make it pop on your calendar right down here. And there's a lot of other things you can do, but those are the basics of scheduling on a Google Calendar. Oh, there you go. They're picking a different color. And then down in this area, you can add a notification that will pop up on your phone as long as it's connected to Google Calendar, and you'll get reminders. I get reminders for class, my tutoring sessions, all of those things pop up on my phone, and it's a huge help if you're not already using it. So scheduling the big rocks, back to Sasha, studying for her final and the job fair, and in her role as a mother, taking her daughter to the park, and that bedtime routine with reading, if you recall that from a previous lecture. So here she is in her Google Calendar. There's her classes. So this is the thing you can't get away from. You're stuck with me for a certain period of time. And there is her big rock of career services. And here is her big rock as a mother, the park. And the park, it didn't show up very well, but there they are. And then the last big rock was, of course, to study for her exam. Oh, I'm sorry, there is one more big rock that is a repeater, and that's that bedtime schedule that she wanted to do with her daughter. Okay, big rocks are in place on Google Calendar. Then backfill with all of this other stuff. Now, along the right-hand side, you can create a to-do task list. And it's kind of handy. It is essentially a electronic version of a to-do list right there, and you can click those off as they come up, and they will pop up, and then you can fill them in as you tick them off your list, the things you can't avoid. But then these other things that you can't avoid but aren't Q2 get scheduled in after that: her research, graphic design, soccer practice, these other things. Oh, date night got scheduled as a must do. And then you can click on tasks, and those will pop up along here, and you can slot those in on certain days and tick those off. They will pop up in your weekly view, and you'll be able to work your way down through those. So now that we've got the Q2 items in, I'm going to organize all the rest of the stuff. So ways that technology can accelerate your learning would be things like using Kahoot, generating a Kahoot or a quiz, using Quizlet to make flip cards for yourself. Certainly searching for text, online research. The advantages of technology used correctly are limitless. But of course, the danger is going down the rabbit hole of time wasting and spending technology time in quadrant 3, or worst of all, in quadrant 4, just wasting your time.